For this video, I'm using Kasumi's sprites to, dedicate this video just mainly for her, and I thought it would be kind of cute. Well, it's that too, but I can't make sprites of my own, so yeah. I hope this video goes well. Let the video begin. Bye! Persona 5 Royal is personally one of my favorite games of 2020. Ever since the whole lockdown has started happening, I bought the game so I want to be bored of myself. I love the new scenes, characters, and their arcs, and the new ending. But there's this one particular character that I feel kind of upset about because I felt like they robbed the opportunity for this character. And that character is Kasumi Yoshizawa. I will be talking about her in all different types of ways because I feel like she was robbed of her opportunity in her own game. She doesn't really fit the Phantom Thieves, her story is kind of out of place, and last but not least, she isn't fighting anybody, but fighting within herself, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys can help me out with this, because I'm gonna be talking a lot of smack. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. I'm totally deleting this after this goes public. So, here we go. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Kasumi Yoshizawa, my honest opinion about her and what I think about her, just what I think about Kasumi as a person and such, and what do I think about her as a Phantom Thief, and her story, and such. So, I guess this is where we begin. Alright, so, Kasumi, in my opinion, when you first meet her, at the casino, she's like, headstrong, she's already in the game, she's ready to fight. That was actually pretty cool when we first got to see her. And when we officially see her at the actual beginning of the game, well, the good chunk of the beginning of the game, at the cleanup scene, she seems to be really, really kind and very athletic and, it's pretty overall sweet. Now, I want to talk about, some things about her in the story and with the Phantom Thieves and her gameplay. It's mainly her gameplay that bothers me. So, now we're near the end of the game. Well, in the vanilla version, we're nearby the third last boss, because there's technically 2 more bosses after him if you actually count the secret ending, or the secret boss. Basically, she volunteers to be like, hey, I know you're gonna fight with Shido, can I come and join you? And me, I'm like hella stoked. I'm like, yes, let's get the gameplay in there. Let's get her in this game. Let's do this. And then all of a sudden, Morgana's like, nah fam, we can't get her. No, you're funny, but no, we can't do that. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? We can, literally squeeze her in there. I mean, if Atlas can make, different scenes and different scenarios, add, new cutscenes, and add, new dialogue to a certain dialogue that wasn't mentioned before, why can't we just do that for poor Kasumi? Because, I had, a good, imagination in my head where she does join you in the fight with Shido, and then we have to, fight off Akechi. And then, I was wondering if her reaction would be like, Akechi-kun, you're a Phantom Thief as well? What are you doing? And he's like, nah, fam, I'm just here to kill all of you. That includes you, Miss Yoshizawa-san. And be like, wait, what? I just want to see her reaction when she first saw Goro going completely insane. But nah, fam, we don't get that anywhere. We only get to use Kasumi near the end of the freaking 3rd semester. I'm like, what? Really? We can only use her and Goro at the same time, spoiler alert, at the same time near the end of the, near the end of the game, where we're at, spoiler alert again, Maruki's palace. And we only use her then and there, and that's it. We can use her in Mementos, a little bit of the, if you do the New Game Plus, you get to use her at the, the Lavenza fight and the Jose fight, or Jose fight, and that's all you can use her for. And I'm just over here like, what? What? Are you serious? we can't use her anywhere else. I can't use her during the whole Shido Palace. I can't use her during the whole, like, God of Control, like, during, like, against Mementos and, like, are you serious? We can't use her then and there? That would have been so cool. It felt like this whole thing for her was just completely robbed, and, like, it was just gone. And I'm just, like, sitting here, like, really? Really? Like, are you serious? And that's completely fine. I was like, maybe Atlas can't squeeze her in there. Maybe that's, like, just too much work. But I'm, like, just sitting over here like, that would have been so cool. Like, Persona 5 Royal has new content, new additional content, but they just can't squeeze Kasumi with the whole Shido Palace. Heck, they could have just squeezed her in the casino, be like, hey, since I know you're, like, you know, like, wanted or whatever, you think I can, like, help you guys? I mean, I overheard you guys talking about, like, you know, going somewhere, like, that's today, and, like, I'm like, can I, like, join? Like, are you serious? Like, she could have been, like, a little bit in the casino, be like, hey guys, I'm a Phantom Thief, but not really, I just want to help my senpai, you know, just trying to help. Like, what? Like, are you serious? Like, that could have worked so nicely if she was in there. But no, nothing happened. Okay, now, this might come in with the story and her Phantom Thief, like, look, but not like her design look, like her Phantom Thief, like, personality. Okay, so, you guys know that the Phantom Thieves are meant to not destroy, they're meant to stop crooked, evil adults, and they're supposed to change their hearts to make them into a good person so they don't do vicious acts to, like, people who are, you know, in a desperate need, or or people who are, like, people who are just generally evil and, like, you know, in general, and, like, just using people for their personal gain. Like Akumara using Jesus, voice crack. Oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry I had to burp that cut. But, so, yeah. About Kasumi's story and, her Phantom Thief, like, appearance. Like I said, the Phantom Thieves are meant to stop crooked adults, and apparently I couldn't finish my last sentence because someone was walking in my room. You know, Akumara using his daughter Haru for, like, you know, trying to make someone take the heir of his, family, wealth, or the company of Kumara Fruits, because he didn't trust his daughter, who was a, like, you know, female, because he just didn't like her. So anyway, once we realize what Kasumi is fighting for, or who she's fighting against, you then realize it's nobody. Nobody messed up Kasumi's head. Nobody, like, made Kasumi feel like she was abused or anyway. But you find out it's actually herself and her sister. You realize that this girl that you've grown to, like, understand and like, if you guys actually like her with Akira / Rin / Joker, once you realize that she is not the girl that you all thought she was this other person, this person in disguise, and her name is Sumire, or Surumi? I think it's Sumire Yoshizawa. And apparently her story is that she and her sister are walking home. Her sister has all the fame and glory while she keeps on messing up, and people don't stand to give her that attention like they give that attention to her twin sister. And then you find out that, you know, she just has this blinded by jealousy and rage and, like, sadness, and then she just automatically just starts running straight to the streets. And then afterwards you then realize that she was running so fast that a car or truck was coming at her, and she didn't look. She didn't know where she was going. Then her sister had to save her ass before being a dumbass, and ended up getting hit by the car. And that's when Sumire was like, holy shit, I got my sister killed because of my jealousy. And people, you know, apparently she thought people blamed her for her sister's death, but it wasn't the case. It was just an accident. And, you know, after realizing that her sister was gone, she just was, like, in a deep depression state. I felt like she could have been, like, related to Futaba in a way, but not really, because I feel like Futaba's, like, has a more attachment to her mother, and, like, the, like, Men in Black were just telling her, hey, like, since your mom's dead, I guess we can blame you for her death, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And, you know, she had, like, these PTSD and visual and audible, like, hallucinations where, like, she keeps on seeing her mother, her family, blaming her mother's death. Like, but the thing is, with Sumire's case, nobody was blaming her. They were, like, saying, hey, it's fine, like, well, it's not fine, your sister's dead, but hey, it's okay, it's not your fault, it was never your fault, it's perfectly okay, like, you're okay, you're alive right now. The worst case scenario, you both could have been killed. Like, you know, giving her that, you know, empathy, pittiness to make her feel a little bit, like, less, like, more of herself. But that's why I was, like, thinking, like, maybe this is like a Futaba case where, you know, maybe, like, everybody blames her, but nobody blamed her. Nobody blamed her. And this is where, like, Maruki comes in, where Maruki's, like, changing her cognition to make her feel like she's Kasumi, and make her change her memory, and make her, you know, that Sumire's dead, because, you know, Sumire can't, you know, do gymnastics like Kasumi, and Kasumi has all the fame and glory. But the thing is that when you see the scene where she drops her good luck charm and she goes to the vice principal's office, you then notice that, you know, they're like, listen, we already have, like 2 of you, right? And then, like, your sister's dead, and she was pretty good at gymnastics, but you, on the other hand, no, sis, no. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And it's, like, really heartbreaking to find out, like, you know, this whole thing about her life story and why she chose to be her sister, and why she... Sorry, abrupt to cut again, but people keep on walking in. I don't have a place to myself, which sucks. Anyway, so I lost where I was talking about. I think I was talking about the part where Dr. Maruki was changing Kasumi's cognition. I don't know, but I think we're gonna fast forward because I think I already talked about it. So, yeah, I'm just over here, like, finding out this entire thing, like, wow, like, she really is a completely different person, and that she wasn't who she said she was. And the only thing that I want to talk about this whole thing is that she and her story doesn't really fit the Phantom Thieves. Okay, now hear me out. Like I said, I'm gonna use Futaba as an example because they're both the same age. Futaba, Sakura, let's compare and contrast. Okay, let's compare. They both lost someone that they really care about. They both suffered deep depression, and they both suffered, you know, I wouldn't say neglect, but, like, they've just felt, like, empty on the inside. Now let's contrast, right? Futaba lost her mother, and people blamed her. The FBI, or the Japanese FBI, her family, and she was forced, well, not forced, but she wanted to leave because it's just been, like, very, very bad for her to live with, like, abusive people, like, verbally abusing people that were just telling her that you killed or you murdered, you're a plague, like, all this negative stuff, like, towards, like, a 15-year-old girl is honestly traumatizing. Now let's look at Sumire. So, like, she, on the other hand, she lost her sister because of her jealousy and anger for, you know, getting all this attention and just feeling bad that she can't do the same skills that she can. And she got her sister killed by accident. Same with Futaba, but she realized that the entire thing what she did was, like, it was all her fault. She blamed herself. Now, her family, however, basically told her it was never your fault, like, it's okay. Hell, there was, like, this, I think, the screen of where her dad was, like, telling her, hey, like, your sister's gonna come. Well, I think there's, like, Maruki's palace where, like, you know, Kasumi, quote-unquote, looked at the TV and saw her sister and her father, and her dad was like, your mom's gonna be here, your grandma's gonna be here, even she's gonna be here, don't worry, like, I'm so sorry, like, and he just starts crying, and then he sees his daughter, and he's like, and she's like, oh my god, like, Dad, like, that type of thing. So I'm just over here like, okay, like, he's not yelling at her, he's not saying that your sister's a bitch, or like, she's a plague, and like, she did all this, like, you were so good at gymnastics, like, we're gonna, he wasn't saying all that. He was just a normal dad, like, having a normal reaction to losing a loved one. He wasn't blaming his other daughter for causing her death. Like, Kasumi literally only blames herself for killing her sister, which she didn't. And I can understand why she wanted to be her sister, so she can pretend that herself is dead, but not Kasumi. Her legacy lives on, while a so-called girl who can't do gymnastics well, they don't give her attention well, like, that girl's dead, like, she's a giveaway, but hey, I'm Kasumi, I'm the best one, you know, that's what she sees herself in. And Dr. Maruki's like, oh, well, okay, I can fix that, you know, just a little bit of magic touch, and I'm like, she isn't fighting any adult, she's fighting herself, fam. Like, what? I guess you can say the only adult she's fighting is Dr. Maruki, but if you think about it, Dr. Maruki wasn't doing anything bad. He was making the world a peaceful place, similar to the God of Control making the world into the palm of his hands, but the Maruki's doing it in a good way, while the God of Control's doing it in a bad way. So she isn't fighting an adult that she's up against, she's fighting against herself. I wish she was, like, fighting, because I have this scenario in my head. Maybe it would have been played out like this. Maybe Sumire, or Kasumi, would be, like, fighting her older sister. Like, maybe similar, but that would be, like, a little too similar to Sai's palace, but, like, because, like, then again, Sai actually loves Makoto, and I was, like, thinking that maybe her older sister, on quotations, was this abusive sister who couldn't get the attention like she was getting the attention. Maybe, like, Kasumi was, or Surime was, like, you know, the best at gymnastics, she had a talent, and had these dancing skills, while her sister had nothing. Maybe she works as an accountant, or she has, like, a low life, or something around those lines, and maybe she still lives with her parents, and, you know, just realized that her sister has all this talent, this, everything at a young age of 15, and she's like, maybe she's in her mid-20s, like 27, 26, or 28, and then, you know, she just, like, neglects her sister, and just, like, treats her like shit. That seems like a really interesting, like, flaw to me, maybe because she, like, Sumire, like, doesn't see it that way. Maybe she just sees that my sister's, like, in pain, and, like, she's obviously a good person, she just doesn't know it yet, type shit. I would have, like, understand that plot line, but then again, it would make sense if that would be like, hey, this is, like, somewhat similar to Sai, but Sai isn't really abusive, she's just, like, neglects her sisters and her knowledge, but she still is, like, supporting her sister in a type of way. But I don't know, man, like, that's just my opinion, like, my headcanon, like, a different type, so she can actually fit with the Phantom Thieves, but then again, I'm not Alice, I can't write the actual thing. Her free time events when you try to level up her confidant is actually really cool. At first, if you actually want to get a head start of leveling her up at level 5, because the first round of, like, the first half of the game, like the good portion of the game, you level up with her, like, for, like, 5 levels, and that's it. Then if you want to, like, you know, level up continuously, like, to level 10, where she unlocks her true self, that would be pretty cool as well. Is she best girl? She's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. I like her. She's I would rank her for 4th place, cause she and Futaba both, like, scream little sister, and, like, whenever I see her with Joker, Akira / Rin, I'm just like, you're like Futaba, but you're less clingy. Well, who am I kidding, York? She really is clingy, so yeah. If you haven't seen the Hawaii scene, she just jump scares the fuck out of Kira. That's actually kinda cute. What else is there? Do I ship her with anybody? Nah, I think she's fine on her own. Do I think that... Oh, actually, let's get to the, end of the game. She doesn't give you like a giveaway gift. At the end of Persona 5 Royal, she basically just, like, bumps into Akira / Rin / Joker. I don't even know what to fucking call him anymore. I'm just gonna call him Akira because that's the OG name. So yeah, she bumps into Akira at the bus station and she's like, hey, shouldn't you keep your head up high like you always told me, even though he barely talks? I feel like she should have given you something from the start, and maybe, like, at the end credits it will tell you what you got from her, which is because he doesn't give you anything. Neither does Goro and Kechi, but we'll get to him in probably a different video. Yeah, in my honest opinion, I feel like Kasumi is a good character, but there's just some flaws that just bother me, and the fact that they could just squeeze her in the game, but I'm not Alice, I can't do anything about it. So yeah, that's my honest opinion about Kasumi. I really do love her character design. I do like her story. I just wish they just changed a little bit, maybe to fit her with the choir, the Phantom Thieves. But then again, like I said, I'm not Alice. So yeah, if you can, like, change one thing about Kasumi, I would just automatically just put her in, like, the Shido Palace or the Casino Palace, and that would be, like, make my day, so we can actually play her and Cendrillon. So yeah, other than that, I think I'm done. This video is gonna be quite a challenge because I know for a fact I'm gonna get like a lot of diverse comments or diverse, you know, opinions about this character. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I guess like and subscribe. I guess, I don't know. Alright, bye.